Sound Iron just released their latest drum kit sample library, Knockout Drums. It's a hard-hitting kit that's super crisp but still flexible in its sound, and it's really gonna be great for rock or metal or other scoring. Knockout Drums was also made in collaboration with drummer Naveen Copperwise and mix engineer Zack Ohren. And if you are not a drummer, then in this video we are gonna be covering the absolute basics of Knockout Drums to get you composing with them quickly. Now I do just want to give Sound Iron a huge thank you for sending over a copy of this library so that I can review and discuss it with you all today. At the time of recording this video, these drums are on sale at a special launch price, but you can also save an additional 5% off your entire Sound Iron purchase if you use my discount code RRMusic. So if you want to check that out, I left a link in the description down below. All right, so let's go over the basics of Knockout Drums for all the non-drummers out there. So this is going to be the default setup when you load up one of the patches in Knockout Drums. Right off the bat, they're going to offer 4 different defaults. So they have the standard patch, light, pro, and pro high memory. And the real difference between them is how much system memory each patch is going to use. For the sake of keeping things simple and resourceful, we're just going to stick with the Knockout Drums light patch. So this is kit view, and it's going to give you an overview of all the drums that come in your kit. We get to pick the kind of kick that we want, the snares, the toms, the hi-hat, and all the different cymbals. So just by looking at the drop-down menu, right now it loads up a 20-inch kick, but we have the option of going to a 22 or a 24. So let's just take a listen to just some of the preloaded instruments that we get. Those are the different toms. These are the different snares that you get, whether it's just center or rim shot. Flam. Right. And just all the different cymbals. By pressing each icon, you can play a sample of each instrument. You can then also adjust by instrument the pitch, whether you want it to be higher or lower. You can also choose whether you want it to be panned left or right. So I think Kit View gives you a really nice, easy to look at overview of everything that it comes with. So next up, we have the filter and the arpeggiator tab. This is gonna let you add a filter and an arpeggiator to your drum kit. By default, they're both turned off and they really aren't crucial to the sound of your drums, but I think it's really cool that Sound Iron does include them if you want that kind of sound. So for the filter, you turn it on, you pick the type of filter that you want. You also can choose the source like velocity, mod wheel, expression, the graph, and you can also adjust knobs like resonance and frequency. For the arpeggiator, you turn it on and you can pick one of the 20 presets that it comes with. So you can also pick the mode if you want it to be normal or if you want the arpeggio to hold. And then of course you can adjust how many steps you want it to be if you want to add more or less. We have the swing knob, randomizer duration, the beat value itself, and these directional options are great for adding a little bit of variety to your drums. So let's just take a listen to what that could sound like. Now the Remapper is where you can adjust the different articulations of your drum kit. If you look at the keyboard down below, each color is associated with a different instrument part of the kit. The kick is going to be red, the toms yellow, snares orange, and so on. So over on the bottom right, you can pick which instrument you want to use as well as the articulation that it uses. And you can also adjust the volume, attack, offset, release, panning, and pitch based on a per drum basis, global, or per articulation basis. Now, one of my favorite parts of this Remapper page is this preset map drop-down menu. We're going to start off with this Sound Iron default, and this is something that we can cycle through down here. And of course, all of these empty keys are open for articulations to be added. But this drop-down menu is also going to include drum kit mappings for General MIDI, Superior Drummer, Addictive Drums, and a few others. This is really great if you're already using another drum kit library or you're used to those mappings. Now here's a tip if you're a Logic Pro user and you want some drums quickly. First, you're going to want to create a drummer track, and then you'll want to right-click and convert to MIDI region. Drag that region up to your knockout drums, and make sure that you set the knockout drums to General MIDI. Now you're going to have some basic pre-made rhythms that you can use with your knockout drums. These map presets just make things so much easier for cross-library use, and of course you can create your own mappings as well. One of the custom ones that Sound Iron provides is the Everything preset, which is going to give you access to an entire keyboard's worth of articulations from C-2 all the way up to G8. So everything we've seen so far has fallen under this performance tab, but this mixer page is really going to let you dive in and tweak your drum kit as a whole. Now, if you're not a drummer or you're new to the sample library space or just the composition space, then something with a ton of knobs and faders really might feel overwhelming to you at first. But I think Sound Iron does a great job at slowly introducing you to the basics of a virtual mixing board like this one. Each vertical track is assigned to our kick, snare, toms, and cymbals. We can even link all the tom microphones together and all of the cymbal mics together for easy mixing. Each track is going to come with volume faders, solo and mute buttons, as well as panning, send, and with knobs. Over to the right of the instruments, we get 3 room mic signals. We have overhead, close, and far. And then when you press each track, we can adjust the mic signals as well as add different effects. And then over on the far right, we have one big master track, and this is where everything is going to be sent to. You can also work with delay and reverb as well. There's so much that you can play with, but those are the basics of a mixer. You really don't have to touch anything on this mixing board if you don't want to, but as you grow more and more comfortable, I think you're going to find that you'll want to experiment with the different mic signals and all of the different effects that it comes with. And now if we look over to our left where we picked our Knockout Drums light patch, you'll also see that we have a solo drums folder. And this is really where you're going to be able to solo out your cymbals, kicks, snares, and toms. But then we're also going to have a folder packed with presets from mix engineer Zack. And these presets are amazing. We're going to get 12 in total, but we also get a standard, light, and pro version of each. And what I love about these is that each has their own distinct professional sound. So if you're not a drummer, you can just pick any one of these presets and then tweak and adjust as you go. I loaded up 4 of the light presets: Big and Dry, Extreme Tight Metal, Maple Madness, and Tight and Ringy. And let's hear how they compare to one another. Now, I really want to encourage you to just get comfortable with these basics, because once you are, you'll then start to pick up on things that you might want to then change. Which snare articulation do you want to use? What's the size of the tom? Do you want drums that sound big and roomy or something that's tight and punchy? But whether you're an absolute beginner or a hardcore drummer, I think Sound Iron did a great job at creating a library that's going to suit your drum kit needs. Don't forget that you can pick this up at a special launch price and save 5% off your entire Sound Iron purchase by using my discount code RRMusic. The link is in the description down below. And if you're looking for an electric guitar to go with these knockout drums, then you should definitely check out my Axe Machina walkthrough video. I'll see you over there, and as always, happy composing.